Welcome back to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker, host of the program. And this is the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or sell real estate with Barb Schlinker, the owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Now, Barb, a lot of people look at those automated valuations like on Zillow or their neighbor's asking price to try to determine their home and what it is worth, especially now that it is taking a little bit longer to sell a home. How does a home seller decide what price to set when they are selling their home?
Well, Richard, it's really interesting when I talk to home sellers, especially the ones that have tried to sell it before, because they give me feedback on what their previous experience was pricing the home, where the agent just came in and said, "Oh, it's worth this much, price it here," and then there's no showings, nothing's going on. Obviously, they didn't hit the mark, or there was a marketing mistake. It's one or the other. It could be both. But pricing a home correctly actually could mean the difference of a seller getting the most money. Generally, you're going to have most eyes on your home in the first 30 days that it goes on the market because it's new and fresh and the buyers haven't seen it before. But if you're overpriced, they're not going to come take a look at it because they're finding other deals that represent better buys for them right now. And you can tell the market will tell you immediately based on the number of showings, sometimes based on the feedback. Sometimes most agents will go, they'll look at historic sales and go, oh, okay, this one sold for that much. It's similar to yours, so go ahead and price it here, right? And then it just sits there, nothing happens. And we're seeing a lot more of that now. Just 2 years ago, everything, 2.5 years ago now, everything was just flying off the shelf. Well, that was because the rates were low and it was actually cheaper to buy a home for buyers than it was to rent. Well, it's just the opposite now. Rates are more than double what they were back then. And it's all about the payment for the buyer. So if they can't afford the payment, they're not going to make an offer. And so when the market's declining like it is, when you're looking at historic sales, that's not the number. You actually need to lead the market down to get the right price. And that will create multiple buyers looking at your home. And potentially, you even have a chance of getting multiple offers. And you don't want to price it too low either, because there's some concern as well, like, okay, is there something wrong with the house? That kind of thing. That's what I'm looking for. If I see a home that looks like it's really out of whack, like it's a lot of square footage for a really, really low price, I'm starting to look at the fine print to see what's going on. Does this house have structural problems? Is there some reason not to show this home, right? So there's a fine line, but the best case is to price it like the Goldilocks number, what I call very realistically. So it's slightly below similar comps. Now, it's in this market, you don't have to really, really dump the price to get a decent buyer. It's still a strong market. People love living here. It's a beautiful place to live, and rents are still fairly expensive. So if you price it right, you're going to have showings, you're going to have offers, you'll have a contract probably within a couple of weeks. If you want to learn a little bit more about this, if you're not ready to sell right now, you can go to my website, barbhasthebuyers.com, and click on the green button that says free reports. And I have a really good report there called how to get the price you want and need. So just go to barbhasthebuyers.com, click on free reports to get that free report, how to get the price you want and need when you're selling a home. And pricing it right takes working with an agent that has experience. Now, I'm not talking about years in the business. I'm talking about having sold in the area within a certain time frame. A lot of people assume that, oh, if you've been an agent for 30 years, you must have a lot of sales. But I know a lot of agents, in fact, a majority of them might have years and years and years in the business, but they don't sell very many homes. And the market does change. Lately, it's been changing faster than I'm used to, actually. So if they're not currently selling homes in the area, they really may not know what's going on with the market. It does take some expertise to price a home competitively. oh, I can't say that word, to price a home competitively and knowledge on how to position the home to get the most money. Not everybody knows how to do it. And it's kind of one of my frustrations. When I first came into the real estate business, I was quite surprised that nobody really took me by the hand and guided me and showed me how to do this and how to do that. The only thing I remember being showed how to do was measure a house, which, we've got technology that can do that now, but I wasn't told how to do things like how to market to attract the right buyer, how to price a home correctly so that you can get the most money for the seller. Those kind of things were really not taught to me. I had to kind of stumble into it and get some listings and figure it out and learn it by doing. And a lot of people it's just one of those weird industries. It's 1 month of school to become a real estate agent, and they send you out in the market and just let you have at it and see how it goes. And you need somebody that has the experience and has had the sales behind them to know what they're doing. Um, and some people will really try to get as much money as possible, right? But at the end of the day, I'd love to get the home sellers, the most money I can. However, if the buyers don't see value in the price, in the way it's presented to the market, they're not even going to ask to go see it. So if you're on the market and you're not getting showings, that's a clue something's wrong. Okay. And at the end of the day, it's the buyer that has a vote. It's the buyer that decides how much they're going to pay for a home. And if it's priced right, the buyers will make an offer consistent with what the seller is looking for. So there's a lot of things that you have to look at because the buyers can see all of the competition around you. I can see all the homes that are selling. That's a clue. If somebody is selling around you, there must be a reason why that one's selling and yours is not. And we can look at that. But buyers are making what they call a go or no go decision right on their phones before they talk to an agent, before they even ask to see a home. Sometimes they're driving by and checking out the neighborhood before they talk to an agent. And so you want to make absolutely sure that that first showing, which is online, is the best. And you can absolutely tell if you're not priced right based on the volume of showings that you're getting or whether or not you're getting offers. Now, there's going to be an occasional that you'll get some offers that won't work for you, and that's okay. Even at full price, you don't have to accept any offer if it's not the right offer for you. That would mean maybe somebody that has a house to sell that's not sold yet. You really, in this market, do not want to tie up your home contingent on somebody else's home selling, because a lot of times the agents require you to put this symbol in the listing services that tells all the buyers out there that it's not available. But technically, it is available if your first buyer can't sell their house, right? And a lot of agents really just don't know how to pull that off. And the problem is when you go out on all of the websites like realtor.com and Zillow, it'll tell the world that it's got a contract. So the buyers are like, no, I'm just going to pivot to something that is available. So you got to be really careful about accepting contingent offers, and we could walk you through that. We even have a solution for them with our proprietary cash offer platform. We can actually give that buyer offers on their home so they can buy your home without a sale contingency. My name is Barb Schlinker. I'm the broker owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty and the host of this show, Your Real Estate Voice. And we're talking about some pricing mistakes that can cost you thousands. And next up, we're going to talk about some things a home seller should do to price their home the right way. And if you are thinking of making a move, give us a call at 719-301-3900 or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
Or Real Estate Voice. That's Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And you can listen to replays of the show anytime at all on all of the major podcast platforms, plus Barb's YouTube channel, Barb Schlinker. If you're thinking of making a move, call Barb, 719-301-3900. So, Barb, what are some other magic bullets on pricing to get your home top dollar?
Well, Richard, one of the most important things is pricing is basically it's a target, right? If you go up and you look at Amazon, just to give an analogy, right? Um, People, you'll see the most reviews for a certain product category um, based on sometimes they get more reviews because the price is lower, right? So it absolutely is part of marketing to attract buyers. But then you're wondering, okay, so if it's price low, is it a quality product or not, right? Pricing absolutely is a form of marketing. It is a strategy, just like a marketing strategy, and it's a way to attract or repel the right buyer for you. In this market, do not expect bidding wars because that's very, very rare unless the home is priced super aggressively, right? Very few sellers are getting multiple offers, although it does still happen. You just have to make sure that the home is positioned and priced appropriately. And I did this once with a seller recently where we decided on a price before we went on the market, months before we planned to go on the market. And then when it was time to go on the market in the fall, I said, let's look at pricing again. We don't want to make that mistake of overpricing it. And the prices had corrected down a little bit from July to November, actually October. And so when we really analyzed what was out there and what their competition looked like, they decided to make about a 5% change in price. And we got a contract on day one. That's how well it works if you do it right. So if you are thinking of making a move and you want to discuss pricing, that's what I do with every seller that invites me. We give them tips on what to do, what not to do to get the most amount of money. We'll show them how to price their homes, and there's no cost or obligation at all. So give us a call, 719-301-3900, or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
You're listening to Barb Schlinker on Your Real Estate Voice. And if you're thinking of selling your home, you want to get the most for it, of course, call Barb 719-301-3900 or visit barbhasthebuyers.com. Barb, it's time for that lightning round of homes to tell us about your hot new listings.
Absolutely. Well, I have a really cool fiveplex down in the southwest part of town. It's priced in the low to mid fours. This is a great income generator. It was built in 2002, so it's not an old building like most of the multifamilies. So it's a good investment. And it actually has one unit vacant, so you could move in and get financing and be able to live in the home and have your mortgage paid by the tenants. I have a couple of properties that are owned by the VA. I have one on Fay Drive, just reduced their price to $328,500. Beautiful starter home with 3 garage spaces, a detached 2-car and a 1-car. A great home on Ithaca Street that's over 2,800 square feet, priced in the mid to upper threes. Another property owned by the VA in the Mark Sheffel area, priced at 366. And then a beautiful another VA property on Rubicon in the same area. This is a 2-story with an unfinished basement at 404. And we also have a beautiful home on Hunter Jumper. So this is one of those homes. It doesn't have a big yard, but the finishes are very modern, very beautiful, priced in the mid fours. A great bi-level on Splendid, very close to Doherty High School. A beautiful 2-story on Canfield Drive with gleaming hardwood floors in the upper fours. And then a beautiful home on the west side and gorgeous rock rimming on Delmonico Drive at 714-9, and some gorgeous lots, one up in South Mountain Estates Road in Florissant and another one down close to Fort Carson. So give me a call if you're looking to make a move. If you want your home featured on my website, Barb Has the Buyers, we have over 10,000 clicks onto my website every month. A lot of people are looking at it, over 1 million impressions per month. So give us a call at 719-301-3900 or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
Barb, thanks so much for visiting with us this week. Hope you have a great weekend, great holiday season as well. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you. Merry Christmas and happy holidays.